What's it like having Jack out here with you, see you running sprints with him, and just be able to enjoy that?
Yeah, it's great. He's at a good age, so the more I get to do with him, the better it is. We have a great time together, and really a treat for me to have him. He thinks it's fun. It's probably way better for me having him out here. So it's really, really cool.
Couldn't really do that last year with the pandemic, I imagine.
Last year was tough for everything, so we didn't get much time with anybody's families, and at least families get to come out, and I know hopefully we'll do some stuff during the season, but it's nice to get to see everybody's. We definitely have one part of our life that's all about football, and then we have other parts of our life that are, some of us have kids and some wives, girlfriends, and it's obviously a great thing to be a parent, so it's great to have your kids out here watching you work.
What's it like to have a son that embraces this part of your life, the football part of your life?
He's just a great kid. He's just a great kid. So I don't want to blow his head up too much. He probably won't even read this. So just a real special kid. Just fun to be with him. He's good with everything. Let's run. Let's go on the boat. Let's golf. Let's ride bikes. I mean, he's pretty cool with anything.
He's 13?
Yeah.
Tom, what are the biggest benefits for you going up against a Mike Brady defense like this?
They're good. They're challenging. They obviously are very good fundamentals. They play to their help all the time. Very stout in the run game. They try to confuse you in the secondary, which they did a good job of that today a few times. So obviously one of the better defenses always in the league, and there are a lot of good players. So it was good work for us. I mean, obviously it wasn't our last time I talked to you guys. I don't think we had a great day either. So I'm not saying, but have to get better next year. Have to get better tomorrow.
Tom, there was a lot of talk about perhaps you coming to the Titans a couple of years ago. In the HBO shop thing, you talked about a team staying with a quarterback over you. A lot of people wonder in Nashville if that was Ryan, and if so, what do you think of Ryan as a quarterback?
I like Ryan a lot. He's a great player. So he's obviously a great leader for that team, and he's done a great job. Last year was phenomenal. The year before that, he was great. So I really like Ryan. Competed against him a lot. He's beaten me quite a few times. So I think he's a great player.
Tom, how'd this training
It's just
camp
fodder.
How'd the camp match up, Tom, to what you envisioned this camp was going to be like for this team? In some ways, was it better than you thought it would be?
I think we're right in the middle of it. So, it's one thing to make predictions about it. It's another thing to go do it. And I think our team's got to go do it. It's a new team. It's a new year, new challenges. So this team at the end of the day has done nothing. Haven't even had a regular season practice yet. So still got quite a ways to go before we can get to that first game. And then we'll see kind of how we done. But definitely it's not like we're firing on all cylinders out there.
Tom, you guys use a lot of tempo on offense. Obviously, that creates urgency for you guys. But how does that impact the communication on the defense for your perspective?
Obviously, communication is the name of the game. So you got to be able to talk and communicate quickly on offense, defense. Everyone's got to be on the same page. So they challenged us with some different looks. We got to be a lot better tomorrow.
Tom, with limited, obviously, time on the field Saturday, and then with this Saturday coming up, what do you want to leave practice tomorrow with feeling comfortable about, or what if you look at one thing over the course of this would be like, hey, if we can clean this up, I feel good about practice ending tomorrow against these guys?
I think being on the same page. It's one thing if we miss a pass or we catch a pass. I'm concerned with us. Doing the things that we talked about doing and executing them the right way. And then, the throwing and catching and blocking and tackling, that's for the game. It doesn't matter. You catch every ball out here, you go in the game, you drop, and it doesn't matter. It's, you got to work on the fundamentals out here, work on your communication, being on the same page. And, we could definitely do a much better job of that.
Tom, it's 103 degrees out here. Your age is what it is. You won 7 Super Bowls.
Yep.
You still feel comfortable with your decision to come back? Why do you keep putting yourself through this?
Well, it's really fun for me to, it's very fun. I love physically to train and to put myself in a position to compete. I love the mental aspect of the sport, and I have a lot of fun doing it. It's a lot of joy in my life. So I think so much is just, you could do anything with people you want to, really be with. Things are great. You're with your kids, you're with your family. It doesn't matter if you're at the park, the house, the movie. You're having a great time. So I got a great group of teammates, great group of coaches. I'm really enjoying, the camaraderie. And again, we get to play football, so that brings us all a lot of joy. It's a lot of fun. Competition's great. But I got to keep earning it, I don't think it's any aspect of me that thinks what I've done last year means anything, I got to go do it this year.
What's it like going against Mike Vrabel's defense as a coach versus as a player?
I think he's toned down a little bit in his old age. He's not as rambunctious as he used to be. He was much chattery as a player, so he complained a lot when I didn't throw him the ball, like a typical diva receiver. And, you know, I think mellowed out as a coach a little bit, but he's doing a great job. He's a great coach. Obviously was a great player, so he kind of coaches the way that he would have played, you know, try to be smart, you know, really make them beat you. And, you know, they've always done a good job of that.
Did you always know that he was going to go the coaching route?
You never know. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know. I mean, he's really excelled at it. So to go from playing to, I think he coached at Ohio State, to Houston to Tennessee, I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great coach.
Since you gave a scouting report on him as a coach, what about the scouting report on Jack as a followable way? Arians gave him a very flattering review.
He listens pretty well, so I got to keep him hydrated out there, though. I'm trying to always make sure he's drinking, because it's so hot out here, you know, you lose a lot, and he doesn't think much. He's just running around. But then he gets home and he's wiped out, so trying to keep his fluids in him and get to watch. Probably hears a lot of words that he doesn't typically hear at his school, but that's being on the football field.
Titans secondary. What did you see out there in regards to connecting with your receivers today?
We didn't connect on much today, so it was kind of hopefully it's a learning. You know, hopefully we can really learn from it. I always hate not competing well and then saying, oh, you know, we're going to learn from it. The reality is we got to learn from when things don't go well. How do we respond early? How do we respond in the middle? How do we respond in the third quarter? You know, I've been in games where we've been down a lot of points and we came back and win. So just because it doesn't go well early, you can't just, you know, it'll be there tomorrow or let's figure it out tomorrow. So, you know, we got a lot of learning to do and we got to push it, and we got a certain amount of time before Dallas, and every game's not going to be easy. Every quarter's not going to be easy. Every play's not going to be easy, but we got to fight our way out of everything.
You mentioned the confusion and the disguise that the Titans defense was throwing at you. What were they doing from a talent and physicality standpoint to get so many hands on the ball?
They're good. They've got a lot of good players, you know, and it's a good scheme. So they keep things moving. They blitz. They play coverage. They have some good disguises. They do what good defenses do. They challenge you to think, and you know, we got to be much more on top of things tomorrow.
Tom, you worked with Floyd Reese in New England. The Titans are inducting him into the team's Hall of Fame. What do you remember about playing against his teams, and what you remember working with him in New England?
Who was the?
Floyd Reese.
Floyd Reese. Oh, he was a great coach, great general manager. You know, worked for the Pats for a few years and got a lot of great insight. Put together some great teams. So obviously just a great contributor to football in the NFL. I mean, he kind of made his life out of it, and he was. My time around him was a lot of fun.